Not really got too much to say about that one. Obviously happy to be through to the quarter-final, but it wasn't exactly a great performance. I'd even hesitate to say it was a good performance, but that's testament to the opposition. I always try to give as much praise towards the opposition as I can in these reaction videos, and I thought Burnley played really well tonight. They're a team that are obviously top of the Championship, are the most informed team in the Championship, and I think they showed that in a lot of periods across the game today. So to get a 2-0 win against a team like that, I still have to take as a very positive result. In my opinion, they will be in the Premiership next season, so you have to look at it as near enough mid to bottom half Premier League opposition when you're playing against the top of the Championship. So a 2-0 win is a good win nonetheless. But like I say, I don't think the performance was particularly too great. We were very disjointed at times. A lot of sloppy play in possession, which has obviously been a theme of Manchester United over the last couple of seasons. But look, we were sort of the architects of almost our own downfall, in particularly Dubravka at times. Obviously, we moan a lot about goalkeepers on this channel, but I thought Dubravka was a bit poor tonight. He only really had to make one save all game from a very talented-looking Benson from Burnley. He made a good save from him, but then coming out for crosses, he was poor. His distribution wasn't particularly great. He took too long on the ball, and if there was any telltale sign of lack of confidence in your goalkeeper's distribution, towards the end of the second half, Casemiro started taking the goal kicks as well. So, yeah, a little bit worrying from him. I also thought McTominay was poor. He gave the ball away far too much. I expected him to be one of the better ones as someone that's been in and around the squad the whole time during the World Cup. But he gave away the ball an awful lot, leading to a fair few Burnley chances. But other than that, I didn't think anyone else played particularly too bad. Like I said, we were just a bit disjointed. There was a lack of chemistry. It felt like a team that hadn't played together for 5.5 weeks, which is obviously the reality of the situation. I thought Martial looked dangerous. I thought Bruno looked really dangerous. Garnacho, again, he had his sort of spells, but didn't quite pull off for him. And there was just a few, let's say, there's bits of chemistry that were missing. Some of the passes, some of the movement wasn't quite in sync, but there's a lot of positive signs to take for that. And then obviously Marcus Rashford being, in my opinion, England's best player at the World Cup. I don't know why he didn't play more at the World Cup, and obviously he's arguably been Manchester United's best player so far this season. He was Manchester United's best player on the night tonight. An absolutely sensational goal, Ryan Giggs-esque, picking it up at the edge of his own penalty area, beating 3 or 4 players and then absolutely nailing it across goal into the bottom corner. A phenomenal goal, one of the best goals of his career so far, and hopefully he will continue, obviously off the back of his contract extension that United have triggered amidst talks to extend it properly in a new contract to try and tempt him to stay rather than getting lured away by the likes of PSG, and that's something we desperately need to do. And other than that, I thought the defence played relatively well. I know Malacia sort of had a bit of a rough game against Benson, who, like I say, was Burnley's best player. He struggled at times, but did his job to the best of his abilities. We really don't deserve Casemiro. I know there were a lot of question marks about the price tag we paid for him, but Casemiro is such a phenomenal player. Dropping into centre-back as a holding midfielder, I know that's something that some holding midfielders are capable of doing. It's not something that you see that often in modern-day football, but to play at the level that he did today, I know it was only Burnley, but he played so good at centre-back today. And again, there was only one real mistake that almost led to a Burnley goal, but other than that, he was absolutely immense. Lindelof was pretty much faultless in his work as well. And then I have to mention Wan-Bissaka. I'm sure his flying assist is the thumbnail for this video, and I've probably put some sort of caption in regards to his future. I thought Wan-Bissaka played really well tonight. Obviously, we know how good he is defensively. Didn't put a foot wrong in that department, but he looked more dangerous going forward today than he has in a long while, and he picked up his assist with a phenomenal flying scissor kick ball across goal to Eriksen. Well picked out by Bruno Fernandes, who, again, like we said, played really well. But I was impressed with Wan-Bissaka today. I always try and give him the benefit of the doubt because I see so much talent in the man. But is it enough to rejuvenate his Manchester United career? Is there enough time to save him from being transferred out in January? I'm not so sure. Certainly not based off of tonight alone, which is sad to say. But I think he's going to get another go at the weekend against Forest. It looks like Dallow's injury is enough to keep him out of that game. And Ten Hag took Wan-Bissaka off in my opinion, to protect him ahead of the game against Nottingham Forest. So we will see Wan-Bissaka again this weekend, and hopefully he can put in another performance like he did tonight. And who knows, maybe there's still a chance for him at Old Trafford, but I just don't think it's going to be the case for him. But all in all, like we say, happy to be through to the quarter-final. Another chance at a trophy, a desperately needed major trophy for Manchester United. And with some of the teams left in the competition, provided we avoid the winner of Manchester City and Liverpool, I'd like to think we would be into the semi-finals as well. My last final downer is that Bruno Fernandes let, I think it was Connor Roberts, get the better of him and then got himself booked, meaning that he will be suspended from said quarter-final. So hopefully it's not the game that we fear, that it is the Manchester City or Liverpool game, because we would desperately need Bruno Fernandes for that game. But other than that, no real major complaints from me. A good step in the right direction. Manchester United back on track, back to business, and we are ready for the return of the Premier League on Boxing Day. And fingers crossed it's going to be another win. 3 points rather than a progression. And yeah, let's look forward and look ahead to hopefully a very successful second half of the season. Thank you very much for watching.